And in just a few seconds, we will chant one Om. Then we'll say the prayer and then we'll start the practice. Rechak, Purak with friction in the throat. Hands in Namaste for the prayer. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sit with your hands in Dhyan Mudra and we'll start the slow, deep and silent breathing, which is called Pranakarshan Kriya. We breathe in for 8 counts, we breathe out for 16 counts, and for the last 2 times, we breathe in for 10 counts and breathe out for 20. So you need to really slow down your breathing. Recha, Purak, Recha, Purak, Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Now 10 and 20, Purak, Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Breathe normally. And next we'll go on to the neck exercises called Brahma Mudra. So remember that in these, the first 3, we have controlled breathing. We hold our breath in the inhale condition while we are making the movement. We come back and breathe out. For the last 2, we breathe normally. Recha, Pura. Hold your breath. Turn your head to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch the neck as much as you can. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chakra. Purak. Hold the breath, turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch the neck as much as you can. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chakra. Purak. Hold and turn to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chakra. Purak. Hold the breath and turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Re Chakra. For the next one, we drop our head to the left shoulder and then and we move our opposite arm, stretch it out so that we can feel the stretch in the sides of the neck as best as we can. Recha, Purak. Hold the breath, drop your head to the left shoulder, move your right arm out. Come back, Re Chakra. Purak. Drop your head to the right shoulder, move your left arm out. Come back, Re Chakra. Purak. The left shoulder, right arm out. Come back, Re Chakra. Purak. Drop your head to the right shoulder, left arm out. Come back, Re Chakra. For type 3, we drop our head as far back as it will go. And we hold it there a little longer because most of the time during the day we are looking down at our devices. Recha, Purak. Hold the breath, drop your head back. Face the front, Recha. Purak. Hold the breath, drop your head back. Face the front, Re Chakra. Now loosen your neck a little bit. We're going to do the gentle jerks, starting with left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Stop. Now put your chin to the chest and we're going to do the 360 rotations with our neck. So remember not to move your whole body, just the neck. Starting from the left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front. Now reverse that, starting from the right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front. Slowly raise your head, rub your palms together, spread the energy over your face and then open your eyes. Now we are going to do the shoulder rolls. So focus only on the shoulders. Don't move your hand back and forth. Keep it in one place. Starting up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now place your fingers on each shoulder, your elbows touching. Each time touch your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now reverse that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax your arms and get ready for the Naman Mudras. So, for the Naman Mudras, if you can sit in Vajrasan, that's the best sitting posture for you. Sit on your heels. The first one, start with the Namaste at the heart center. With this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of earth. Om Prithve Namaha Rechak Urak. Raise your arms as you breathe in. Straighten your elbows. Rechak. As you breathe out, bend forward with your arms right by your ears. Keep your arms stretched for a few seconds. And now bending your elbows, relaxing your body, and breathing as normally as you can. Now when I say Rechak, you do 4 things all at once. You do a quick exhale, your head to align it with the spine. You stretch your arms out to where they were, and you apply the root lock, which means you pull in your anal muscles. Rechak, Pura. Come up as you breathe in with your arms right by your ears. Rechak. Bring your arms as you breathe out. Now for Naman Mudra 2, hold your right hand in your left behind your back. Interlock your thumbs to keep that hand in place and straighten your elbows. With this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of water. Om Jalaya Namaha Rechak Purak Rechak. Bend forward with a straight back as you breathe out. Keep your arms outstretched for a few seconds. And now slide your hands up your back, drop your elbows. Relax the body and breathe normally. And once again, 4 things when I say Rechak. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Breathe out completely. There are 3. Interlock your fingers. Place them at the lowest part of your abdomen. Elbows are close to the body and shoulders are thrown back a little bit. With this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of fire. Om Agnaye Namaha Rechak Purak Rechak. Bend forward again with a straight back as you breathe out. Once you reach your spot, drop your elbows, drop your head. There's a lot more pressure on the abdomen this time, and it's helping to massage and tone all your internal organs. Once again, 4 things when I say Rechak. Rechak, Purak. Come up as you breathe in. Re, Chak. For Naman Mudra 4, fold your arms on your back, hold on to your opposite elbow. Pull your shoulders back a little bit to open up your chest. With this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of air. Om Vayave Namaha. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Bend forward with a straight back as you breathe out. Drop your head when you reach a spot. Relax the body and breathe as normally as you can. This time, since we didn't move our arms, we're going to do only 3 things when I say Rechak. Rechak, Purak. Come up as you breathe in. Rechak. Breathe out completely. And for Naman Mudra 5, we fold our arms in the front and hold on to our opposite elbow. And we raise our arms as we breathe in and bend forward with our arms above our head. With this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of space. Om Akashaya Namaha. Rechak. Purak. Raise your arms up as you breathe in. Rechak. Bend forward as you breathe out. Rest your arms on the floor if possible. Breathe as normally as you can and relax the body. And once again, only 3 things to be done when I say Rechak. Rechak, Purak. Come up with your arms right by your ears as you breathe in. Rechak. The arms come down as you breathe out. Now rub your palms together. Spread the energy over your face. Open your eyes. And if you're sitting on the floor, stretch your legs out. Relax your joints. And then come back and sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, preferably at the edge of a rolled up mat or a towel or the edge of a firm cushion, because it helps you to keep your back straight and it helps to keep your knees down, especially if you don't have the flexibility and you don't need to sit like this when you're sitting cross-legged. This really helps to bring your knees down. Now we're going to do Kapalbhati as always. As you know, Kapalbhati are rhythmic half breaths in and out. So get ready to do 30 and 30 with each nostril. At the end of the 30, we breathe out, we hold our breath in the exhale condition for 8 counts. And then we always take 2 deep recovery breaths. So get ready for 30 counts of Kapalbhati from the right nostril first. Rechak, half Pura. Close your left nostril and start. Stop, hold your breath. Purak, make it a deep breath in. Rechak. Purak, Rechak. Breathe normally, and now we do the Kapalbhati with the left nostril. Rechak, half Purak, close your right nostril and start. Stop, hold your breath. Purak, Rechak. Slow, deep exhale. Purak, Rechak. Now we'll do Kapalbhati for 60 counts. Always double what you do with each of the nostrils. We'll do 60 counts of Kapalbhati, and then we hold our breath with our chin down in the exhale condition for 16 counts. And then when we breathe in with Vayusar, which means you breathe in with pursed lips. Hold that air in your mouth for a few seconds, then you gulp the air and the saliva, and then you breathe out through the nostrils. So get ready. Rechak, half Purak, and start. Hold your breath with your chin down. Vayusar Purak and hold. Gulp the air. Rechak. Purak, Rechak. Purak, Rechak. So today we are going to skip the side Kapalbhati and the Bhastrika in the middle, and we are going to do Ujjayi 3 times, 3 variations, each one twice. Remember that Ujjayi creates heat in the body and it helps to clear your throat. So let's start with Saral Ujjayi or regular Ujjayi. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Purak, Rechak. Now for Madhya Ujjayi, hold your hands just below your waist, your elbows back and your shoulders back to open up the chest so that we expand our lungs horizontally. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Purak, Rechak. And now we'll do Urdhva Ujjayi, where we fold our arms in front, hold on to the opposite elbow. We raise our arms up as we breathe in, and we bring our arms down as we breathe out. Both times with friction in the throat. When you raise your arms up, take them as far up and back as possible. And the second time, we switch our arms so that the non-dominant arm is on the top. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Switch arms. Purak, Rechak. With Urdhva Ujjayi that we just did, we expand our lungs vertically. Now we're going to do Vasra. But we're not going to do the side Vasra today, we're just going to do it in the center for 20 counts, and we're going to hold our breath for 8 counts in the exhale condition with our chin down. And then when we breathe in with friction in the throat, with Ujjayi breath. So get ready. Rechak, half Purak, and start. Hold the breath with the chin down. Purak with Ujjayi. Rechak. Silent Purak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Now sit with your hands in Dhyan Mudra, with your right hand in your left palm on your lap. Make sure you're sitting upright. Close your eyes. And today we're going to do Shata Chakra Darshan again, brief Shata Chakra Darshan. And we're going to mention the 4 things we mentioned yesterday. And I'll let Kunal do this part. So get ready. We'll do 1 Rechak, quick Rechak, a Purak with Ujjayi, and as we start breathing out, we chant Om. We chant Om 3 times this way. And over to you, Kunal.
Rechak, Purak, 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 Shant, Shant, Shant. Listen to the lingering sound of the Om in your mind. Observe your breathing and focus on the Ajna Chakra situated at the center of the forehead between the eyebrows. Now take your attention to the Muladhara Chakra situated at the base of the spine near the rectum. The element here is earth. The color is yellow. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Lam, and the symbol for this chakra is 4 lotus petals. Now let's take our attention to the Swadhishtan Chakra situated at the lowest part of the abdomen. The element here is water. The color is clear. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Vam, and the symbol for this chakra is 6 lotus petals. Now let's take our attention to the Manipur Chakra situated near the navel. The element here is fire. The color is red. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Ram, and the symbol for this chakra is 10 lotus petals. Now let's take our attention to the Anahat Chakra situated near the heart. The element here is air. The color is green. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Yam, and the symbol for this chakra is 12 lotus petals. Now let's take our attention to the Vishuddhi Chakra situated near the throat. The element here is ether. The color is sky blue. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Hum, and the symbol for this chakra is 16 lotus petals. Now we come back to the Ajna Chakra situated at the center of the forehead between the eyebrows. The element here is also ether. The color is indigo blue. The Bij mantra for this chakra is Hum Sham, and the symbol for this chakra is 2 lotus petals. Now let's take our attention to the Anahat Chakra situated near the heart. With love in our hearts and enthusiasm in our voices, let us chant 2 Laghulari or repeat Omkars, repeating each 6 times and trying to focus on each of the 6 chakras when you repeat, starting from the Muladhara Chakra. Re Chak Pura Shant, shant, shant. Rub the palms together, spread the energy over the face, and open the eyes.
And just as we practiced the Agnisar and Udhyam, we're going to practice it today. So take the position for Agnisar and Udhyam. If you're sitting on the chair, move your knees apart. If you do not want to get up and practice this. The other way to do it is you can stand, but you still have to bend forward. Your fingers on the inside, your thumbs on the outside, just above your knees on your thighs. We do a quick rechak, we do a deep purak, and we do a deep rechak. That means you completely breathe out, then your stomach goes in, and then you start pushing it out and in towards your diaphragm, out again with equal vigor. So let's try that. Do only as many as you can. This is a quality issue, not quantity. When you can no longer hold your breath in the exhale condition, you're going to breathe in and stop pushing your stomach in and out. It helps to push the waste matter down towards your rectum so that it can be eliminated easily. Get ready. Recha, Purak, Recha. If you're done, take a couple of deep breaths to recover from that. And when you feel that you have recovered, take the position again, because now we are going to do Udhyam. Remember that in Udhyam we apply 3 locks. The root lock, which is called Mool Bandh in Sanskrit. The stomach lock, which is Udhyam Bandh. And the chin lock, which is called Jalandhar Bandh. Now, to do this, we pull in our inner muscles to do the root lock. Then we pull our stomach in and up towards the diaphragm to apply the stomach lock. And then we put our chin down on our chest to apply the chin lock. When we can no longer hold our breath in the exhale condition, we release the stomach lock first, the chin lock, breathe in, and the root lock takes care of itself. So get ready. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. And if you're done, take a couple of deep breaths to recover from that. And for the rest of the almost 12 minutes or 13 minutes of the program, we are going to show you different postures that can help to activate each of the chakras. Remember each of the chakras we talked about in the Shatha Chakra Darshan. So we're going to try to activate each of them. So to start the very first one, we need to stand up. So everybody will be able to do this. And remember that a lot of these are not new to you. We have done them before. It's just that over here the purpose is more to focus on what we are trying to activate. So for the first one, which is Tarasan, we are going to keep our feet parallel to each other so that when you look at your feet from the top, they look like number 11. they're going to be hip distance apart, so in line with your hips. Your arms are going to be by your side. You're going to roll your shoulders back so that you straighten your back and your spine, and you're going to hold your hands on either side with the fingers facing down. Now you're going to find a spot in front of you to look at and take some deep breaths. This is called Tarasan, mountain pose. This is the resting pose for many postures that we do when we're standing up. At this moment, we're going to focus on the Muladhara Chakra, the root chakra, because that is what we are trying to activate. Okay, now we're going to go to the next asana, which also you have done many times. This is called Utkatasana. So your feet are exactly the same way as they were, parallel to each other, hip distance apart, in line with your hips. You're going to raise your arms out. Your fingers are together in this case, and then your arms are not loosey-goosey, your arms. And now you're going to start not bending your knees first, but putting your butt down. This is called Utkatasana or chair pose. So you're going to sit down in an imaginary chair. You want to make sure that your knees are behind your toes. You're going to go as low as you can comfortably go. If you are one of the people who cannot get off the chair for too long, make sure the chair is close to you so that you can put your butt down on your chair if necessary. Now we're going to do a namaste with our elbows out, and then we're going to take our right elbow outside the left thigh, just above the knee. Your head is turned to the side, the same side as your namaste. Your left elbow is towards the ceiling. Now bring your namaste to the center again. And this time take your left elbow outside your right thigh. You are looking on the same side as your namaste, on the right side. And your right elbow is up to the ceiling. Now rest your fingers on the floor. Try to straighten your knees a little bit. Take your hands to your hip joints and come up with a straight back. And remember, the resting pose is Tarasan. So stand in Tarasan, roll your shoulders back if you need to again to straighten your back. Look at one spot in front of you and take a few deep breaths. A third asana that also stimulates the Muladhara Chakra, the root chakra, is tree pose. But today we are not going to do it because I want to make sure that we show you at least 2 postures for each of the chakras. So the next one is the Swadhishtan Chakra. And for the Swadhishtan Chakra, there are 2 poses. We are going to show you the first one because that is done standing up. In this, you move your feet apart, and this time they are not parallel to each other. I don't think you can see my feet, but you can see Kunal's feet. They are kind of facing outward like a V. They're not straight up like parallel to each other. They are out like that. Hold your hands on your hips just to make sure that you bend down try to get your thighs parallel to the floor and do a namaste. And because this is the Devi pose, goddess pose, we keep our namaste like this. But otherwise, normally we just relax our arms. But in this case, we're going to keep your elbows out. And then if you want, you can make the arms of the Devi by just going around a couple of times. Bring your namaste again and slowly come up. With this posture, the Devi asana or goddess posture, what we are doing is stimulating the Swadhishtan Chakra, which is right here at the lowest part of the abdomen. Always the resting pose is mountain pose, Tarasan. So catch your breath. And now the next one to activate this is very similar to the Naman Mudra that we do. So you need to be in Vajrasana. So I just wanted to show you. You go on your knees, you flatten your feet behind you, and then you sit on your heels. I'm going to turn around. I will be turning around. I just wanted to show you that. So, for the second one, to activate your Swadhisthana Chakra, we do what is called Mandukasana, which is frog posture. So you make a fist with your hands, you place your fists on either side of your navel, at the lowest part of the body, because that is where the Swadhisthana Chakra is. Then you do a quick exhale, do a deep inhale, and then you bend forward with your fists in place, and you don't go too far down with your head. You just stay here for a few seconds. Try to breathe as normally as you can. And then you come up as you breathe in. Remember that in yoga, even if we don't tell you breathe out, breathe in, which mostly we do, but for the postures we don't always tell you, the general rule is if you're coming up, you're breathing in. If you're bending forward, you're breathing out. Because it is almost impossible to breathe in and try to bend forward, because when you breathe in, remember your abdomen expands. So it's not possible. So most of the time, if we don't tell you, you're going to do the natural thing. I just wanted to remind you. So those were the two postures for the Swadhisthana Chakra. Now we're going to do two for the solar plexus, the Manipur Chakra. So for this one, I'm going to do it in the front here, and Kunal is going to do it on the chair. So you need to sit with your feet on the floor, and the first thing you do is you lean back a little bit, because you want to make sure your back remains straight when we do what is called the boat posture. It's Navasana in Sanskrit. Then you put your arms out like this, again with your fingers together. Your arms are purposeful, they're not all loosey-goosey. You don't want them straight out. And then you slowly raise your feet up. And on the chair, you won't be able to stay too long, so support yourself with the seat. Hold on to the seat of the chair. And if you are able to, try to straighten your legs. If you can't, that's okay too. If you are here right now and you can stay like this, great. Because here you're balancing on your tailbone, and it's not necessarily the easy posture to do. But if you can straighten your knees out, stay here for a few seconds, and then release and sit in Vajrasana, which is a resting posture for all seated postures. So that was the first posture for activating the Manipur Chakra or the solar plexus. Next, we are going to do the second posture for this, and this is just the plank that you've done many times, I'm sure. In Surya Namaskar, we always do it. So you need to have your palms flat on the floor with your, I'm just going to adjust the screen a little bit so you see better maybe. You keep your palms flat on the floor and your fingers should be spread out to give you a nice base. Your wrists should be right below your shoulders, and your toes are curled behind you. And you're going to slowly lift your knees off the floor, and your body is going to be like a plank of wood. I'm going to show it to you from the side in a minute. And Kunal is showing it to you on the chair, so you can do this even on the chair. But I'm going to show you on the floor. Your body should be perfectly flat. Your bum should not be down, it should not be up. So you should have it like a plank of a wood. Your body looks like the plank of wood. This helps to strengthen your abdominal muscles in a big way. You hold it only as long as you can, and then you release that. And again, the resting pose is Vajrasan. So you sit to catch your breath. So after the Manipur Chakra, we come to the Heart Chakra, the Anahat Chakra. So for the Anahat Chakra, again there are two postures. The first one I'm going to show you is something we have done not very often, but we've done it a few times. So let me show that to you from the side first. And we're going to do the easiest version. So we're going to curl our toes behind us, stand on our knees, and move your knees apart. Don't keep them hip distance apart. Till you get good at this, it's better to have the knees a little further apart. Then you support your lower back with your hands like this, and then you slowly drop your head back and slowly start bending backwards. Now if you can, reach your heels, hold on to your heels, and once you hold on, push your hips forward. This is called Camel Pose, and in Sanskrit it's called Ushtrasana. When you come out of it, again you support your back and you slowly come out of it. Now you saw how Kunal did it on the chair. He held on to the legs of the chair and just bend back a little bit. When you're doing it on the floor, you need to stand on your knees, curl your toes under, don't keep your feet flat, curl them because that's the easiest version. Then you support your lower back here and you start bending backwards. See if you can reach your heels, and then once you hold on to your heels, push your hips forward. And then again when you're coming out of it, you support your hips and then slowly come out of it. Sit again in a comfortable position to catch your breath. And then we're going to do one more posture which I have shown you before, so it's not completely new to you. This is called Anjaneyasana, or it's a lunge. So I'm going to show it to you first over here. Put your left foot on the floor. Put your right hand flat in line with that. Move your right knee back. Okay, move your right knee back. And then your left arm goes up to the ceiling. So the idea here, because you're activating your heart chakra, the Anahat Chakra, you're opening up your heart as much as possible. Then you come out of it, and you're looking at how Kunal is doing it on the chair. Now you put your right foot forward, place your left palm flat on the floor, in line with that. Move your left knee back, and then again raise your right arm up. And come out of it. So this is called Anjaneyasana or Hanumanasana actually. In Sanskrit there are two names. In English it's called a low lunge because you're lunging. Catch your breath again. And now we come to the throat chakra. For the throat chakra, we are going to do the cat posture that we've done many times together, I believe. When we do the back stretches, if I have time, I always try to do the cat posture. And I'm going to show it to you at an angle so that you see. Here again, your fingers are spread out. Your wrists are below your shoulders. Your knees are below your hips. And what we're going to do is we are going to curl your toes, by the way, behind your back. Your feet should be curled, your toes should be curled. And as you breathe in, you raise your tailbone, you raise your head up and dip your back down, you arch your back down. Stay here, but do not hold your breath. Breaths will probably be shallow. And then as you breathe out, you arch your back upwards, you tuck your tailbone and you put your head down. Once again, breathe in, raise your tailbone, arch your back downwards, look up. And as you breathe out, raise your back up, tuck your tailbone and look down. And now come back to neutral and then sit in a comfortable position, preferably Vajrasana, to catch your breath. And I think you saw how Kunal did it on the chair, so even people sitting on the chair should have been able to do it. Now the next one, you cannot really do it except by lying on the floor. So I'm going to show it to you lying on the floor. And Kunal is just going to do it over here, because all you can do when you're sitting on the chair is stretch the front of your neck. But if you are able to lie down, we've done this before, by the way, you're going to put your hands just below your hips. You're going to lie flat on the floor and stay there for 1 second. And then you're going to raise yourself on your forearms and your head is dropped back so that you stretch the front of your neck, your thyroid gland. This is called fish posture, Matsyasana. This is one version of Matsyasana. There are more difficult versions, but this is something everyone can do. Stay here for a bit and then slowly bring yourself down again. And when you finish asanas on the floor like this, we generally do Vishram. by moving our feet apart, letting them drop on the floor on either side, and moving our arms out, away from the body. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Savdhan, bring your feet and hands together, closer to the body. And now turn to the side after bending your knees and get up with support for your hands. And the very last asana I'm going to show you is to activate the Ajna Chakra, the third eye. So for this, you move your knees apart, preferably sit on the floor like this, and then put your hands on the floor and rest your forehead on your hands. This gives a nice stretch in your lower back as well, but otherwise it's a very relaxing pose. If you're sitting on the chair, obviously you can rest your elbows on your knees and then rest your head on your hands.
The elbows more like your upper arm.
Oh, okay. You can see how Kunal's doing it. He's holding on to his opposite elbow and resting. And you can come up. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about the seventh sign of good health is deep sleep. So, for deep sleep, you need to sit quietly at the end of the day, just before going to bed, and quiet your mind. How can you quiet your mind? Many different ways. Next week, we're going to focus on the different ways to practice meditation and concentration. This week, we did Shata Chakra Darshan the whole week. Next week, we're going to talk about different ways to meditate. So that will help you to get deep sleep. But one of the best ways is also to chant Om, by the way, because when you chant Om, especially by covering your ears like this and keeping your thumbs on either side of your throat, what happens is the vibrations are all in your cranial cavity, in your brain. And when those vibrations happen, the pituitary gland and the pineal gland release melatonin. Melatonin helps you to get good sleep. So if you sit quietly to concentrate and meditate for a few seconds before your bedtime, and then finally do this and chant 2 Oms, you'll find that the melatonin is released and hopefully you will get better sleep. We'll talk about other ways to do it next week as well. But let Kunal give you the thought of the day today.
So the thought of the day is, if you want life to go your way in every area, make gratitude your way of life and watch the magic happen. I'll repeat that. If you want life to go your way in every area, make gratitude your way of life and watch the magic happen.
Okay, so let's sit in Dhyan Mudra to chant 2 Oms and then we'll say the prayer to close the practice. Recha, Pura, Namaste at the heart center. Make sure your elbows are close to the body so that they are relaxed. And we'll chant the Shanti part. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityu ma amrutam gamaya Rub the palms together. Spread the energy over your face.